Hey everyone, it's Deb from Locked Up with History and the Geelong Gaol National Crime and Justice Museum. I wanted to talk to you today about a particular thing we have here in the shop. It's something we've just put up recently, but I kind of want to point out why it's on the time that it is. And it's this clock that you can see just behind me here. And you'll notice it's stuck on the time of 10 to 8. And there is a reason that it is stuck on that time, and has to do with what was supposed to be the first execution here in Geelong. It was a man by the name of John Goldman. He was a 23-year-old Prussian who had been convicted of murdering his superior and Corporal, I've forgotten his name, but anyway, he was up on the goldfields of, Corporal Harvey it was, up on the goldfields at Buninyong. He was actually a gold escort trooper, and there was a bit of an altercation over the ownership of some boxes. There was a shopkeeper who believed that they were his and didn't like that Goldman had them, especially being a Prussian. There was a little bit of racism in there about the sound of it. And Corporal Harvey and this shopkeeper went into the tent. And when Goldman drew a gun, it accidentally killed Corporal Harvey. He took off. He wasn't found for about 9 months. He was eventually found over in the Yarra Ranges, and he was brought back here to Geelong to stand trial before Sir Redmond Barry. Oh, he wasn't Sir Redmond Barry then. He was just Redmond Barry. So he was the same judge that sentenced Ned Kelly to death as well. Now, Goldman was sentenced to death for this, and he was supposed to be executed on the 15th of August, 1853. So this would have been the first execution in Geelong, and also would have been the first public execution in Geelong. So everything was set to happen at Gallows Flat. So if you know Geelong, it's just sort of down the opposite St Mary's Hall there, where all the houses are today. So that was what was Gallows Flat. But the German community and the religious community, especially Andrew Love, who is very well known here at the jail, and also who the cancer centre at the hospital is named after, and Archdeacon Stretch decided to a last-minute plea for clemency. Richard Illidge is the man who was tasked with getting it to the governor the day before. So this is just 24 hours before the execution was supposed to take place. Richard Illidge rode through the night, went through several horses to get to the reprieve from Governor Latrobe, which he did get, and he came back and he made it back here at 10 minutes to 8. Goldman was sentenced to be executed at 8 a.m. So he arrived here 10 minutes before. Now, the urban legend is that Governor Brodie actually turned back the time on all the clocks in the jail, so to give Illidge some extra time to arrive back at the jail in time with the plea for clemency. Despite being a rather large crowd that was waiting for him to be executed, there was a cheer went up when it was found out that he was not going to be executed. Goldman would end up in a bit more trouble a bit later on in life. He was once again charged with arson next time. He was on a ship and it burnt down. He was given the blame for that, but he did manage to survive. So that's the reason of why our clock is stuck on 10 to 8. Thanks, bye.